Okay, now we are doing probabilities. Okay, this and the next reading of portfolio mathematics are both related to probability. Okay, in this question number 1, here in this question, we've been asked, analysts develop two scenarios with respect to the recovery of $100,000 principal from the defaulted loans. So scenario number 1 has 40% and of course scenario 2 has 60% possibility. Amount recovered will be 50,000 and 30,000. This is the amount recovered. But what is the possibility of that recovery is also given to me, 60 and 40%. Okay, now how do I solve this? This is in scenario 1. So probability of amount, not the possibility of recovery, sorry. The possibility of recovery, probability of this scenario is 40%. And in this scenario, the amount that I will be recovering and the probability of the amount. So when I see the amount recovered and the probability of the amount, basically it will give me the expected value that I will get. So if you solve this 50 into 60, 50,000 into 60%, that is, in this case, you'll get 30,000. Correct? And 30,000 into 40%, that will give you 12,000. So basically the amount that is expected to recover from the scenario 1 totals to 42,000 if I add both. Okay, so this I'll get 50,000 and the probability of amount that I will get from it is 60%. So basically I'll get 30,000 is my expected value. The second one is 12,000. Overall I'll get 42,000 in scenario 1, and the possibility of scenario 1 is 40%. So this times 40, 42 times 40, store 1, store it. In the second case, I will get 80,000 whose possibility is 90%, right? So that is going to give me 72,000, and this 60,000 into 10% will be 6,000. So in the second case, I can do this. I will get 78,000 and its possibility is 60%. So 78 into 0.6, store 2. Overall, I will add both. I will get 63.6. If you add this both, you will get 63.6. Clear? Okay. You can also do this with the joint probability, by the way. You can also do this overall with joint probability. Some might do this into this, that will give you joint probability into this value, store 1. Then same way, 40 into 40% joint probability into 30,000, store 2. Then you will take 60% into 90% into this value, store 3. This 60 into 10% into this value, store 4. If you add all 4, you will get the same value. Clear? So you can do it in either of the manner. Got it? Anyone, any doubt with this question? Right? Okay. The next one, probability distribution for the company sale is given. I've been given probability sales value and I've been asked standard deviation of sales. Now again, can I use the second 7, second 8 function? Yes, you can use second 7, second 8 function if you don't want to do it manually. You can use second 7, second 8 function. But remember, this will be my X and this will be my Y. My probability will be in the Y. And one more important thing is that, of course, I will go for 1V, but the most important thing that in probability, since we take 100%, we always go for population standard deviation. That is what we'll be looking for, population standard deviation, right? But before that year, you will get N 100 because you are going to take all the probabilities here, right? 5, 17, 25. So N has to be 100. Got it? And you will get a mean, but we don't require mean. Remember, we are not looking for sample standard deviation here. Whenever there is a probability, we always look for population standard deviation. Second important thing, in the probability section, you will not put 0.05, 0.7, and 0.25. You'll put 5, 70, and 25. Correct? So let's do that. You'll put these values into the function. So first thing, second 7, I will clear the previous karma. Second clear, I'll just confirm it. Okay, great. Now in x01, you have 70 and 5%, 40 and 70%. So I will put 70 in x and 5% is the probability. So I'll put 5, enter. Second, in x2, it was 40. I will put 40 and the possibility was 70%. So I'll put 70. Don't put 0.7. Okay. Third one was 25. I put 25 and the remaining probability 5, 70 and 25 again. Second, 8. Down arrow, yes, my n should be 100, means everything is perfect. Down arrow, my mean is 37.75. I don't need it. I don't need the sample standard deviation here. I need the population standard deviation, which is approximately 9.8075. That is 9.81. So my population standard deviation here is 9.81 approximately, which is the answer A. 9.81 USD sales. And what was my mean? Even though not needed, but we'll just see what was the mean here. 37.75. 37.75. Everyone understood this? Clear? Anyone has any questions? Why I used population standard deviation and not sample? Clear? Okay, great. Perfect. Could you please solve again with calculation? Yes, I'll show the calculation again. See, before you put everything into the calculation, you should know that the values we put in X and the probability we put in Y. Okay. So the numbers should be there with you. 70, 40, 25 is going to be in X. 5, 70, 25 will be in the probability. Okay. So I go to the calculator. I press second 7. X was 70. And the probability in Y, I put the probability 5. Remember here, you don't put 5% sign or 0.05. Second value was 40 and its probability was 70. So that I put in the Y2. Third was 25 and its probability was also 25. Correct? Once you put all the values, put second 8, it should be 1V on your screen. If not, keep pressing second enter until you get 1V. Down arrow, your n should be 100 because the total of all probability is 100. So it should be 100. Mean is 37.75. I don't need sample standard deviation. SX is sample. I need population standard deviation, that is 9.8075 or 9.81. Clear? Yes, the one who had doubt, right? Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Well, that's the topic of your probability trees, and this is where we do the probability tree and conditional, conditional, unconditional probability, joint probability, and so many things. All that under this topic. Okay, perfect.